everyone. Welcome to this series we call as Democratizing Artificial Intelligence for All. We are in discussion with Dr. Simha, CTO of ABIBA Systems and Chief Mentor at REVA Academy for Corporate Excellence, REVA University. We are glad that you are liking our videos. Do comment and do share and do subscribe. So the question we are going to answer today, or the three-step series that we are going to discuss today, is how do I progress my journey in 3 steps? I have started my journey with low-code solutions, and how do I move further? And I have seen the 3 tools that we have already seen, that it is Excel, Orange, and Microsoft Azure. Now, how do I move forward, and what are the 3 steps that I must take?
Okay, so if you ask me, my assessment of any data scientist or AI engineer or a business analytics professional comes at 3 levels of expertise. In the first level, he knows the business problem. He can solve that without writing a single line of code. Data is given to him, he solves the problem. That is the beginner level. He cannot code. That is the no code which we had discussed earlier. The next step is basically to become low code. He will write the code. There is no UI where he will drag and drop, but he will write code. But that code will be minimal code. He will not be writing anything from the fundamentals, from scratch. He will use existing libraries and he will write the code. The third stage, where he will be developing a product which is optimized for a specific vertical expertise. Let us say that he has to predict what will be the sound of the next bird. It is very specific. Nothing is available. In such cases, he goes for a full code. So when somebody has about an year of experience in no code, I suggest him to move towards an experience of about 1 year or 2 years in low code. And depending on what they would like to do, either they can stay in low code or they can move towards full code. If they are getting into a product company, they can go for full code. If they are in a business, they can stop at no code and low code.
So in a low code journey, what are the 3 tools that you would suggest?
So from no code to full code, rather than just telling only for no code, I would like to suggest if you are in no code, just go with Orange. And if you are moving towards low code, I suggest TensorFlow or Keras. People are afraid of TensorFlow, what is this and things like that. It is nothing more than one more Python library. Just keep it that way. Don't try to take it as PyTorch is more important, TensorFlow is more important. Nothing like that. They're all complementary or sometimes they are supplementary. They're equivalents. So just use one of this and try to learn Python, how to call those functions and build the models. That will be your low code. You are not writing actual TensorFlow code. You are calling something from TensorFlow, passing the data, getting the model out. And that is the low code experience. So have low code experience, build good projects, get experience, you will be in the intermediate level. When you get into a product based company where you are developing products from the lowest possible tensors, you are into full code. If you ask me, 80% of them are capable of doing everything with no code and low code. Only 20% require full code. So looking at this journey, if we have solved at least some 10 to 12 problems in no code or low code, you are in the intermediate to expert level. So if you have done 1 year of journey and if you have solved about 3 to 4 problems, you are in the beginner. And if you have solved about 6 problems, you may be in intermediate. So that is the journey you have to see. Don't see in terms of how much of hours I have spent on a tool. Just look at how many projects I have solved. So that is my advice for them.
Absolutely. So it's not mastering the tool in terms of algorithms per se, but solving the problems through the tools which has been put. You have not mentioned Python as such. You are looking at calling certain functions and then using Python.
Yes. Yes, actually Python will be used as a gluing language, a scripting language, rather than writing everything from the fundamentals. I don't write the matrix in Python. Rather, I will create a matrix function and pass the data. I don't do anything else. In fact, when I go for low code, I don't even do that. I just take the data as a data frame, pass it to a function called as build logistic regression. Simple k-means, pass the data, things will come out. And that's what we call a scripting. Just understand scripting. Once you know this is the way this has to be done, right? Actually, you are looking at the sequence of all the things that are to be scripted together. If you have done the no code, it is very easy for you to take the same components and script here. And that's what you have to practice. You should know at least 3 ways of doing it.
That is very comforting, Dr. Simha. So now on a full-blown, full code level, and if somebody says, I have mastered the entire tech stack, what are the three tools rather, that they would use?
Yeah, in fact, if you are already mastered all these things and you have experience, I do not want you to master the tools. I want you to do the projects which you can showcase as your experience and expertise. So once you do that, if you are done low code, I'm asking you to get into full code. The areas where I'm looking at will be edge computing. Can you build a model to work on an edge device like a sensor in a refrigerator? Can you do that? Can you build a machine learning model there? The next level will be, can you build a model for mobile? On a handset, can you do some kind of model? That is the next level of expertise which you can do in full code. The third is open to our imagination. Probably I may build a spacecraft using AI. So this is the three levels in which we would like to see. One is at the edge, another is on the mobile. The third one is a specialized application which cannot be done with Keras or TensorFlow function calling. It requires some kind of uh, you know predefined or user-defined functions. That's where you get into the full code. That's the expertise that you have to move.
But in the full code, you mostly mentioned about the applications or the use cases. The viewers would want to see what kind of tools. Like
yeah. Okay. In fact, for me, all the tools will follow the underlying thing is linear algebra. Whether we do anything, right? It is based on linear algebra and PyTorch, then Sansara from Apache Foundation, then TensorFlow, then MXNet TensorFlow from Google, then MXNet and SageMaker and others from Amazon. All of them, the flavors are different, the content is same. So all the algorithms, everything will be same. So if you look at them, you can choose one of them. You should not master everything. Then actually you're not mastering anything. So master one, either master TensorFlow or master PyTorch or master MXNet. So don't try to master everything within 3 months.
Within 3 months, but will it not be suicidal for me to decide that I will focus on TensorFlow because things are changing rapidly?
It depends on the market demand. If the market demands you must have 1 year of experience in TensorFlow and you have 3 months experience in TensorFlow, 3 months in MXNet, 3 months in PyTorch, you are not eligible. Look at the market, right? At the highest level, it is same. You are doing the same thing, but the tool you are using is different. So when you boil water, whether you boil it in an aluminum kettle or possibly a steel kettle or possibly a ceramic kettle, they are all same. You are heating the water. At the end of the day, you are building a predictive model for an edge device. Use PyTorch or use TensorFlow or use MXNet, use any of these tools, but master one for 1 year. Do at least 2 projects in one of the tools. Then only we can say that you have expertise. Otherwise, you know the tool, but somebody has to tell you what you have to do. That is not expertise. Expertise is basically you are full code expert who can design, who can implement, who can test, and that skill comes after 3 years.
I hope you are enjoying this conversation with Dr. J.B. Simha. I think it's a great path that you have shown us, Prof.
Thank you.
Dr. Simha, that starting with the low code from a novice to an intermediary to expert level, 3 years you can actually master AI. Start with Excel, end up with designing maybe a spacecraft with AI. All the best, and we hope that you like this video. If you like, please do share and do subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much.